It is the Buckmaster Show. We're on AM 1030 KVOI, Tucson's trusted local news and talk station, where with our new owners, very committed to local talk. We do local talk here now from 6 a.m. to 7 o'clock in the evening. Localism is what it's all about with Bustos Media, our new owner, and I like that very much. It's time for our CEO interview series on the Buckmaster Show. It's presented by Sun Corridor Incorporated. Sun Corridor, a transformative economic development organization representing one of the most dynamic and growing major business centers in North America. Sun Corridor, Inc. is a CEO-driven regional alliance whose members aggressively champion mega regional issues that impact economic competitiveness and quality of life. The organization has helped to drive significant business investment into the Tucson and Southern Arizona region through primary job creation, resulting in an economic impact of nearly $25 billion, that's with a B, dollars, and 155 company locates and expansions supporting more than 44,000 jobs. For more information, visit suncorridorinc.com. Joining me in studio, Dr. Elliott Cheu, Associate Dean of the University of Arizona College of Science. Dr. Cheu is also a University of Arizona Distinguished Professor of Physics. Dr. Cheu, good to see you again.
Thank you, Bill. It's a pleasure to be here.
You've been a busy guy, not only with all of your work with the College of Science, but you and another group of colleagues, part of the team that put together the new strategic plan for the University of Arizona. For those that aren't connected to the university, why is a strategic plan important to the institution?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. The team included, I was one of the co-chairs along with Lisa Ordonez. And when Dr. Bobby Robbins came to the University of Arizona, he really came with a vision saying that we're now entering into something that that's been termed the Fourth Industrial Revolution, which is a confluence of biological, digital, and physical sciences, but also all the social impacts that go along with that. Just to give you an example, Uber I've been told, is the largest transportation company in the world, but it owns no vehicles and actually has no employees. And with that context, Dr. Robbins said, the university has to adapt to that and be able to be educating and training our students and have our research align with that to be able to address these rapidly changing issues in the world.
When we say strategic plan, it's really kind of synonymous with blueprint, isn't it, for the future?
It is. It's really something we're looking at a 5 to 10 year horizon of what we're going to be investing in and the kinds of directions that we want to take the university.
And tell me about let's dig a little deeper into what are the areas where investment would be coming and hopefully coming.
Yeah, sure. So the plan is resting on what we call 5 pillars. The first pillar is aimed at improving student outcomes and really focusing on students. The second pillar is based on research that's happening at the University of Arizona. The third one is really aligns with what Sun Corridor is doing, which is economic development and really the role that the university plays in the local development, both economically as well as its role as a driver of knowledge for the region. Our fourth pillar is around global initiatives, and in particular, it's attracting international students to the university, but also developing something called microcampuses, where we're actually teaching University of Arizona curriculum around the world. And finally, the last one is something that has been really, I would say, a real challenge at the university, which is how to work more effectively and efficiently using the limited resources that we have. So that's basically in a nutshell where the plan sits.
Is that fourth pillar kind of a streamlining what you're doing now in more on the internal way that business is done?
Yeah, so it's actually the fifth pillar, but yeah, it's the one where we're trying to look at the university is organized in a very diverse and decentralized manner, which allows individual units to really play to their strengths. But it also leads to duplication of effort and inefficiencies. And as a lot of people in the business community will tell us, it's very challenging to work with the university because sometimes it's hard to figure out how to get the inroads. So part of the plan is to streamline that so that people understand that kind of get rid of some of the inefficiencies and allow us to operate much more efficiently and effectively.
How big a deal is the university to economic development?
I don't know the actual number,
but I'm sure it's huge.
It's in billions of dollars,
Yeah.
And it's both in terms of it's one of the largest employers in southern Arizona, but it's also the impact that we have on our research. It's the impact that we have on our students, and it's also many employers will want to move to an area, look at Raytheon, where they can have a pipeline for talent. And often people will say that one of the things that drives relocating from other places in the country or in the world is having a great educational system, of which a university is really key.
How do the students benefit from this plan?
Well, the students are going to benefit for a couple excuse me, a couple reasons. The first is that we're making a big investment through fundraising to try to bring more scholarships and stipends for graduate students, and really try to attract both high-achieving students but also high-need students. The University of Arizona actually has one of the highest rates of graduation rates for what are called Pell-eligible students, but students who need financial aid. In addition, we're really focusing, in addition to recruiting, we're focusing on being able to ensure that our students can move through the university effectively and graduate in a timely fashion. And so some of the things that we're working on will help do that.
I know I graduated in 4 years. I don't know if anybody does that.
Well,
but I guess that still would be the goal, wouldn't it?
The goal is definitely to get to 4 years. Right now, we're similar to many public universities, but we typically people talk about the 6-year graduation rate, unfortunately. But we really
the 6-year plan, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We really want to move those numbers up, and we think we have a plan to do that.
We have Fletcher McCusker on the program tomorrow. Of course, he's kind of synonymous with what's been going on with downtown development. But his new venture really is connected to the UofA. It's called UA Ventures. And I like this idea. It's kind of helping get companies startups, basically.
Right,
I think. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, so that actually is part of or our side of it on the UofA has been incorporated into the strategic plan. And again, it's really getting our footprint downtown, and as well as working with companies to help bridge the gap between intellectual property at the university and the commercial world.
Something you said, and I think there's validity to it. When someone is looking to expand to Tucson and they want to talk to someone at the university, there kind of does need to be sort of a point person, doesn't there? Is
That's
that kind of what
exactly right.
I'm hearing?
Yeah, definitely so.
Yeah.
The university is looking to hire, I forget the term, but a person like a senior vice president for innovation, which would be a person that would actually help both transfer our technology outward, but also allow people to work with the university more effectively.
When you have a strategic plan, Elliott Cheu, what kind of follow-up are you going to meet every 6 months to see how things are going, or what kind of oversight do you have for this?
Yeah, that's a great question. One of the things that people always complain about with strategic planning is that people write these things, put them on a shelf, and then dust their hands off. We actually, as part of our planning process, developed implementation plans for over 90 initiatives. Not all of them will move ahead immediately, but actually a good handful of them are already being discussed about how we're going to fund them, and we're planning on actually kind of hitting the go switch right away. And so, as you said, we actually have a team that's being put in place at the university that will be focused solely on strategic planning. And that we have a website, actually, which is the strategicplan.arizona.edu, which will indicate the progress on each of the initiatives moving forward, as well as what the milestones are and where we're trying to get to.
That's an important question, the oversight.
Yeah,
people say, what happens to this plan? Yeah,
exactly.
So, Elliott Cheu, always a pleasure, the Associate Dean of the College of Science. A lot of big things going on in your area with Biosphere 2 and all these other things. And, of course, we're talking with Dr. Ruiz yesterday about the lecture series that starts Tuesday. That's one of the most popular things in town. Standing room only sometimes.
Standing room only first day.
Yeah. Tuesday at Centennial Hall will be the first one. Distinguished Professor of Physics at the University of Arizona. Dr. Cheu, always a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bill. Really appreciate it.
For more information about Sun Corridor, visit suncorridorinc.com. We'll be right back. Vero Amore is Tucson's only certified authentic Neapolitan wood-fired pizza, where every flavorful pizza, pasta, panini, and salad is homemade using the finest local and imported ingredients. Vero Amore, Plaza Palomino, and on Dove Mountain Boulevard in Marana, plus a full catering menu and mobile pizza truck for parties and events. Vero Amore on the web at veroamore.com.